YouTube, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the spot. Hopefully we can kill some boredom. So today, doing a car. You know, I'm always wrenching on something, you know, but your boy likes to fix shit. But today is an easy video or an easy gig. All I gotta do is just swap out his spark plugs and his oil sensor. He just pulled up. Caravan sitting for about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna let it sit for about 2 more hours, and then we're gonna get this in, guys. So let's get it. All right, guys, so changing this out is really simple. I've only done it like 3-4 times, not a lot. But what we got to do is we got to disconnect all of the nonsense that's connected. There we go. Disconnect that. Some people will tell you disconnect the air box. I only do it if it's in the way. You definitely want to get your recirculation valves. We're still hot. That's one. And that's all you got. You ain't got to take them off, dude. All right. We got a tab in here, right here. That's a little one of those plastic safety tabs. Stick a screwdriver in the center, pull it up. Bam. That's that. Now that we have this removed, people remove the box to get to this bolt right there, and it exposes the rear or the front spark plugs. What I kind of do is I kind of leave it all together as much as possible, pop off the front, change the spark plugs, put it down, and then I disconnect what needs to get disconnected if I can't get to it, get to the ones in the rear. Because sometimes, depending on what clips and bolts are present, sometimes you, or should I say not present, sometimes you could just take enough off, move it, do what you got to do, or take this entire assembly, lean it over, get to it, and then lay it back down. But for starters, it's a little bit of work. You got to take off, I think there's 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 7. So there's 7 of these star bolts. They're what, 8 mil or 5/16. Some other bolts you might want to take off is right here. This is a bracket. It's a 2-part bracket. The other half is over here, right there. You want to take those out, and that's the bracket assembly for all of your wiring, your hardware right here. And then somewhere up front, if I'm not, there should be right there, yeah. You have your 2, 1, and if I'm not 2, right there. Just was double checking, making sure I got all the bolts. So the only ones that's left is these 2 I was telling you about. 1 and 2. Okay, so the last step right here, you want to remove, you just pull that plastic tab off, and if you look right there, that's a 13, got to come off. And this is what you pulled out right there. And once that bolt gets removed, guys, Bam. Like, now that I took it apart, it's funny because none of these were even connected to it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is put it back, but not put that back in, just bank on the top 2 bolts, keeping it secure. Moment of truth, guys. Make sure you be careful because you're exposing your head when you take this intake manifold off. Bam. Let me set y'all up, and I am gonna do this with my van and just give it some gentle but stern readjustments. Got it. Whoops. All right. And now all I did, guys, was just pull it up. Bam. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I should separate in the joint if all goes well. There it is. Bam. Just like that, guys. And we're just gonna tuck that off to the side. 3 boots or coil packs, you know, if you want to be appropriate, you know. But 3 right here. Snatch them off and replace them. The last 3 is in the back, up under the remaining parts, and this pops right off. Pretty simple. Disconnect that connection, you don't want to break it. Bam. We're there, guys. There's the other 3, and that's still attached, so I didn't make it hard. All I'm gonna do now with this is put it here, work on the back, and when I'm done, move it, work on the front. The spark plugs the individual bought is Champion. These are iridiums. Yep. And a pro tip, guys, I don't care what it is, what it goes to, who made it. All engines are the same. They're air pumps. They suck air in, they use gas by sucking air in, and then you piggyback off of the motion of the air suction to make power. So, rule of thumb, every engine from the manufacturer has its particular gap rating, which is the space of the prong and this little metal tab. Every person who builds it has what they deem is right, and I don't deny that it's what they pick is the most optimum. But I am the type of person, if I'm just doing everyday use, I'm not trying to get every percentage of power or fuel efficiency out. I'm just trying to get from point A to point B. Anywhere from 35 to 45 is a good gap on a spark plug. Now, everybody gives you their own personal opinion. 35 or 45 is the rule to get that engine running. Now, the fine tuning, that's on the manufacturer, the builder, or whatnot. And pro tip, always check your gap. I've never bought a batch of plugs where the gap was all the same. Now, I don't care what gap you choose, even if it's wrong, make them all wrong, you know, like all in unison. Let's see where we at. I'm gonna go with 45. This one is 40, but I'm gonna go with 45. I think the manufacturer for this vehicle is a 44, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. And what I like to do is try to get it, the number I'm trying to go to, dead center. Bam. This one was at 40. I opened it up 5. This one's 45. This one's 40. And all you do is just give it a little bend and just keep going. There we go. That one's a little more, but it's close enough. This one's 35. Oh wait, I lied. It's about 38, 37. So far, not one plug gap has been the same. And when you go to the store, they'll tell you, oh yeah, it's already gapped. Yeah, it is gapped, because a gap is space. Yes, every spark plug they sell are gapped. I have some with no gap, and they still said it was gapped. But a no gap is something like it had an impact that just bent it down. 35 right here. About 37, 38. See, that one's a little too much. So still too much. Good enough. All right, I've removed all of the 3 screws on this half. Now, I like to be meticulous and keep it simple. So we're just gonna pull it out and work down the list, guys. And if you don't have a magnetic socket, don't worry. I actually keep an old boot just for jobs like this, for whatever purpose. Bam. That is still hot, guys. And I just get it to where it stops, and then a little after. There. Okay. Let's see what this plug running at. Ooh, that's still hot, man. That plug is running at a 47. So it's not even on the manufacturer specs. But that's still a good plug. I'm gonna keep it, put it in the pile, guys. Second plug is 46. Okay, guys, spark plug number 3. So far, they're all within 5, and that's good. 43, 42, 43, about 45, yeah. It was able to move a little bit. Okay, I got the first 3 in. Now we're about to work on the back, guys. Make sure you cover up your holes, your intake holes. Spectrum gets to be your mechanic today. Thank you, Spectrum. Give you a thumbs up for the assist. And this is a Dell battery that I'm working on, an old Dell laptop. But now, all you do, if you did it my way, bam, look at that. You right there to your rear plugs. And all you gotta do is mate everything. You don't have to put everything back, because when I worked at a shop before, how they would have us do it is take this off, take all of that off. Basically, these items will be able to move from the vehicle and sit on the table. No, they're not in my way for what I need. So now we gotta bang them 3 out, guys. All right, guys, so to do the oil sensor, this little doohickey right here, most front wheel drive vehicles, it is above the transmission in the location of the transmission and engine mate location. Where is it? Okay, so these right here, these metal wires or these aluminum covered wires tend to be the sensor we're looking for. Right there, that's it. And I can't really get it from this angle, but you just push the tab right here, push that down and pull out. Okay, I got it off. All I did, real simple, guys, took a screwdriver, pushed down with one hand and pulled on with the other hand. Now when you look under here, you can see it hiding up in there, right there, that little brass part with the black tip. So now we got to get that off. Okay, guys, so I'm taking off the oil plug or the oil sensor, and I have it's a 1 1/8 hex. I have a 1 1/8 star, so it's not quite doing it. So what I did is I just grabbed the washcloth, put it in the socket, and now I'm banking that that'll give me enough traction to get it broken. Okay, so I removed them. Other than this looking a little bit bigger and less rounded than this one, they're the same. Also, the hole on the new one is bigger. Other than that, it's the same, 3 and 3. All right, so putting the new one in is easy. I removed the battery, and that was more so I could see under there, but you don't have to. And make sure you got a bit that fits. You see, this is a 1 1/16. Fits in there good. This is the one my buddy let me borrow. It's a 1 1/8. So it's always good. Make sure your stuff checks out. And getting it in is pretty easy. If you could get it in by hand, that would be awesome. Okay, guys, the new one's on. Come to daddy. Gotcha. It's on there. We're done, guys. Now all we gotta do is put it back together. Now, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna walk y'all through it. Okay, so right here, these two inserts are those two right there. You kind of just gotta wing it, guys. Bam, that's on there. Now we do the same. We got to slip this, mate it there, open up your intake holes and mate them with those intake holes. Oh, yep, we're ready. Come on. Oh, yeah. Nice and purty. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Spot you in the next.